Well, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith with an update on another severe weather event possible for this week. We've seen a number of these this spring, but the risk levels here lately have been a lot higher with the recent events, and this is one of the stronger events potential-wise than we've seen as we've looked at all of them as they've moved through the course of the spring storm season. So we have a significant level 4 risk for severe weather in our area. And showing up with that moderate risk shading over most of the area, that is almost all the way to the entire eastern edge of our forecast area. Okaloosa County is in our forecast area, and you're in a level 3 moderate risk there. Really, you can just go ahead and bet on it, the whole area at a level 4 moderate risk. And could it be upgraded perhaps to a level 5 high risk? That's possible as we get closer to the event tomorrow. And so what does this mean? It means you need to have a game plan so that you have a way to get severe weather alerts and warnings. And there are two real easy ways to do this. Most of us have a smartphone, so you can take your smartphone and have that set up with the location services on. It will receive alerts, and also you can have tuned into Fox 10 News. We're going to have the information right here for you on the screen. And also a weather radio is another great way to get severe weather information. So we are definitely looking at a possible severe setup in our area for tomorrow, and want to take a look at some of the maps. I'll walk you through it, show you what we're thinking timing-wise so you can prepare accordingly. Definitely want to be thinking about having a safe place to go if we have warnings. You don't want to be in a mobile home. You want to be in the lowest floor of your house, interior room, that kind of thing. And the risk for some strong tornadoes is there. Also thunderstorms with damaging winds, and we've seen what that can do up around Admore and Porch Creek. So we'll take the graphics full here and want to talk about, let's start out with the Futurecast model, because we've looked at our risk zone map and you see we're in a 4 and on a scale of 1 to 5, and so that's a significant risk. It's a little different than a category 4 hurricane, obviously. Severe weather can be more isolated in its occurrence across the area. It's not a guarantee that we're going to see severe weather everywhere. In fact, that's not likely, but a couple of places will see severe weather. Severe weather is more unpredictable, and it can also be more localized. It can even be worse than a tropical event when you have a EF3 or EF2 tornado, as you saw the damage from New Orleans perhaps from the most recent event. So it can be very significant. Here is our Futurecast model, and we're thinking that as we get into the evening hours on your Wednesday, we are looking at severe weather beginning to enter into the forecast area, and this run of the model shows some violent storms in the area around 10 p.m. And then again, I mean, you see that purple shading just north of Mobile at midnight. This is one of the problems that is appearing with this setup, and that is that the line is going to be moving fairly slowly. The individual cells are going to be racing off to the northeast. So if there's a warning, the forward speed of a tornado could be moving to the northeast from the southwest to the northeast at 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. They could be flying up this line. But the line itself is just going to keep inching across the forecast area, which will keep us in the potential for severe weather for quite a while tomorrow evening. It's not just going to be in and out here quickly. So Atmore, Evergreen, northern Baldwin County, looking at heavy downpours and storms. And that's through 4 a.m. Still some rough-looking stuff in our area through early Thursday morning. We'll finally see it cleared around 6 a.m. daybreak on Thursday. So it could be another late night. We have plans on bringing you team coverage here on Fox 10 News. We don't expect to see this thing cleared by early Thursday morning, so it'll be a while before we start to get this out of our hair, and so it could be a long overnight event for everyone here and for folks across the Gulf Coast, and that's why we do what we do to keep you safe. We're going to be right here for you. Looking at our severe weather impact map, you can see a very high risk of thunderstorms with damaging winds. The probability of thunderstorms with damaging winds is 45% within 25 miles of a given point over the inland parts of the forecast area. That is really a high risk for damaging winds. Also, the tornado risk is high. There is a lower risk of hail and flood damage, but we are looking at some risk there too. And so let's talk about the timing. Late evening and overnight, anywhere from about 8 o'clock to 4 a.m. We are seeing a level 4 moderate risk pretty much over the whole area, and there could be some damaging winds along with strong tornadoes. There's also the potential of hail, but the hail risk is much lower than the other two parameters, damaging winds and tornadoes. And there is that risk zone map. So nothing bad out there right now. Surface warm front just cleared. That's going to leave us warm, moist, and unstable, but the surface system just starting to materialize in the plain states. You can see that in Kansas. If you know your geography really well, Wichita, which is up near that low pressure area, just under the banner, just kind of up there near the clock, that's where the storms are starting to break out. And then looking at central Mississippi, some light showers, but really not a whole lot going on just yet. Stay out of the water at the beach tomorrow. Wind advisory in effect. Winds out of the south 20 to 35 miles an hour. Rip current risk is extraordinarily high. It's going to be way too rough to swim. Be a good day on the beach, but a terrible day in the water. It might be a little too windy for a beach umbrella even. You know, the sand may be stinging you a little bit with that strong south wind. So that's another thing to monitor. Wind advisory in effect, rough surf expected, high surf advisory, and also a little minor coastal flooding with this event possible as well. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. I guess what we'll do is check out that line in the plain states just to show you this is why we think it's going to be a late night deal. And look up here in Kansas. This thing is so far away. This is the storm system that could be affecting us tomorrow evening or will be affecting us tomorrow evening. It is in Kansas right now, so it's got a long ways to go to form up into a line and sweep through our area. Pretty vigorous low pressure area. It's really an understatement in the mid and upper level. So a deep upper trough, a lot of forcing, strong upper level dynamics, a strong low level flow. The only mitigating factor would be the instability. It's not off the charts, but it's definitely significant enough for a big severe weather outbreak in our area tomorrow. So that's an update on what we're seeing there. Level 4, moderate risk of severe weather across the Gulf Coast region. I'll have a complete update on Fox 10 News at 9 and 10 p.m. You can check in tomorrow morning with meteorologist Michael White, and then depend on us for team coverage tomorrow evening and tomorrow night as this event begins to unfold. We'll be watching it very closely. We'll have updates as necessary on Fox 10 News. See you then.